Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to Low Carb Recipe Ideas. Today we're going to make a low carb Korean barbecue pork in the crock pot. The last couple of videos I've decided I would do some videos on cooking with the crock pot, because even in the summertime I find that I use it quite often because it doesn't heat up your house. You have it in one pot and you're all ready to go. So let's get started. To start out, we're going to make our sauce for our low carb Korean barbecue pork. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of chopped onions, the greens and the whites. So this is the kind of onion that we're going to be using. Then we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Now the soy sauce I am using it's organic, it's kikkoman. Not even sure if that's exactly how you say it, but it works out to be 1 carb per tablespoon. So you need to really double check on the soy sauces that you're using because you want to make sure it's less in carbs as possible. And I'm going to put in a tablespoon, oh, it's stuck in there, a tablespoon of brown sugar, and it's Splenda brown sugar. It is lesser in carbs than regular brown sugar, so I use the Splenda. And we are going to add 2 teaspoons of crushed garlic, 2 teaspoons of grated fresh ginger. So I'm just going to whisk this around, get it all mixed in, and I need a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. So we'll set that aside for a minute. Now, like I said, we're going to do it in the slow cooker because this is another day that I'm going to be running, or you're running, and you want to have your meal all ready to go when you're getting home from work. So I've got just over 2 pounds of pork, and I cut them into cubes. So I'm going to put them into the crock pot. And it doesn't matter what kind of pork you're using because it's all going to turn out just as lovely. So whatever you can get on sale, that would be awesome. So I'm just going to lay that in the bottom, and then I'm going to take my sauce that I have made and I'm going to pour this over top. And I'm going to put the crock pot, I'm putting mine on high because I find mine is it's old and it's slow, and it just doesn't cook as well as the newer ones do. So we're just going to put the lid on. I recommend, if you have a really good crock pot, put it on low and let it cook for 7.5 to 8 hours. Now my barbecue pork is almost done cooking in the crock pot, so I decided, normally you use rice as a base, but I've decided that rice is too high in carbs, so let's use something else. So I'm going to use cauliflower as my rice in this recipe. Now I've tried shredding it by hand, I've tried shredding it with different little paraphernalia things I have around the kitchen. It just wasn't working as well as I'd like it to. So I've taken my food processor and we're going to put it on shredding. The blade inside is on shredding. I've already worked on some of it. So I'm just going to shred up some of my cauliflower. And I have a full head of cauliflower. I've made them into pieces so I can put them inside of the food processor. So I'm just pulse it. It does go a little finer than rice, but I still like it. It's not the same, but I still do like doing it this way. So I'll continue adding more in and shredding them all up. So I've grated my cauliflower, and this is basically what I've got. It's a little finer than rice, but it's going to do the trick. So I'm just going to put a cover on it and just put them in the fridge for now until I am ready for the pork itself. So here is my low-carb Korean barbecue pork. What I did was when I shredded the cauliflower, I just put it in the microwave just to warm it up a bit. I didn't really want to cook it because it's finely shredded. It's not really crunchy. If I cooked it, I felt it would have been too soggy. So here's the combination: my pretend rice, which is the cauliflower, and then my pork, Korean pork. Now I found when I made it, I think I cooked it a little too long, so it got a little dry. You could double up on the liquid ingredients if you would like, so you have some more sauce that can pour over top of the cauliflower. But it still tastes really good.